Have you ever wondered why that piece of paper in your wallet is so important? Does it have any intrinsic value? What's its purpose? Who supplies them? Why do price of goods vary over time? Why is $1 89 rupees? Would you be willing to take a 2% rise during 5% inflation? Or would you be willing to take a 1% cut during 4% deflation? Okay. I'm sure you wouldn't have thought about the last one. Regardless, my friends, if you're ever curious to know about how the money works, then this book, Naked Money by Charles Wheelan, is for you. I chose this book because I'm a computer science major and never did I ever study or read about economics, because back then all day I was playing FIFA and all night I was watching Mia. Sorry, I digress too much. Sincere apologies. What I was trying to say is that the book is written in such layman terms that even a high school graduate can understand the big picture of the financial system. Suppose you are playing poker with your friend. You have 10 chips on the board and $100 in the box. Now each chip is worth $10, but your greedy friend, trying to maximize his profits, sneaks in another 5 chips. Now each chip is worth $6.67. Increasing the number of chips didn't increase the money in the box. So in real life parable, each chip is your fiat money, that is paper currency, and the $100 in the box is your goods and services. So money supply has risen relative to goods and services and buys less of each of them. This is your classic inflation. Now, God forbid, let's just assume there is a natural disaster or crisis. People start saving money for the future. When the provident masses, unwilling to spend, start hoarding, money supply has been taken out of the system. Now there is less demand for your goods and services, and the prices start falling. Unable to bear costs, the firms start laying off, and now the unemployed start saving money, further exacerbating the problem. Now we have falling prices, falling incomes, but the debt remains fixed. This is your classic deflation. Now comes the individual entity, the central bank, to offset either phenomena. During inflation, it sets high interest rates, making it difficult to borrow for individuals and firms, and difficult to lend for banks, effectively cooling the inflation by taking money out of the system. On the contrary, during deflation, it lowers the interest rates, making the access to credit easy for borrowers and lenders, effectively providing an impetus for economic activities by putting money in the system. Suppose you deposit $100 in a bank and I take a loan of $50 from the same bank. The bank in effect has $150, your $100 deposit and the $50 I owe them in future. That's how banks make money by lending. Suppose there is a discovery of a good real estate in a particular area and people start borrowing from a local bank to buy a piece of property in the assumption that they'll be making profits in the future by selling it at a higher price. Suppose there is an earthquake and the land prices start falling. Now the borrowers will tend to sell their assets at a lower price or default on their loans. Now the depositors, in the fear of losing their money, run to the bank to withdraw their money so as not to lose all of their wealth. To summarize, that's the precipitation of a bubble and its eventual burst. Now if you have made this long, you might be wondering, if the central bank adds money during a panic, wouldn't it cause inflation in the future? If it tends to remain quiet, wouldn't deflation exacerbate the problem? And what about the moral hazard? Do we common people have to bear the burden of the avaricious few who try to bring down the whole system by speculating? And should the government meddle in the workings of a central bank? Or do we just go back to the gold standard? I don't know. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe. And until I see you next time, happy reading.